Alright, you read the title. We are here in 2K20 this time, and we will be simulating until 2024. Obviously, last time we did 2K19, but between 19 and 20, a whole lot changed. Like KD and Kyrie teaming up on the Nets. Of course, KD missed this season due to injury, but here in 2K, injuries are off, so KD and Kyrie get an extra year together. We got AD here on the Lakers after being traded there. Paul George and Kawhi teaming up on the Clippers. Kawhi leaving a championship team to do so, and of course Paul George leaving OKC. Speaking of OKC, Russ left there too, and so now it's Chris Paul here with SGA. The Warriors here, they got Wiggins. Clay of course didn't play at all this year. Curry missed a lot of it too, but here in 2K they're going to be healthy. Jimmy Butler signing with the Heat, and of course Harden and Russ here on the Rockets. And so let's see how 2K20 has these next 4 seasons playing out, or 5 seasons because we're including 2024. Just like in real life, the 2020 MVP is Giannis, Zion Rookie of the Year, unlike in real life because he missed a whole bunch of games. This is first team, this is second team, this is third team. D'Angelo Russell making it on third team with the Timberwolves this time. Standings, the Celtics with the best record in the East, 65 wins, Raptors 54, Bucks 53. This is the rest of the conference. The Nets with KD and Kyrie, only 48 wins. And in the West, just like in real life, the Lakers up top, and the Clippers, Nuggets, OKC, Dallas. Houston misses the playoffs, wow. The Warriors being healthy, they make it. Houston misses. Harden and Russ could not get the job done. Let's see how the playoffs go. So the Bucks move on, so do the Nets in a sweep. Celtics and Sixers go 7, but the Celtics win just as they did in real life. Except in real life, I'm pretty sure it was a sweep. The Warriors get smoked by the Clippers in the first round, just noticed that. Conference finals is Clippers, Blazers, Boston, and Milwaukee. And it'll be Milwaukee and the Clippers in the finals. And the Bucks will win it in 7. So Giannis and the Bucks win the championship a year early. Meanwhile, the Lakers lose to the Blazers in the first round. This was the 1-8 matchup in real life, and I remember because Damian Lillard went so crazy in those bubble games. Oh yeah, that's a side note. We're supposed to be in the bubble right now. June 16th, 2020, there was no NBA games. But when the playoffs eventually did start, it was Lakers versus Blazers, and people were like, oh, the Blazers might low-key be dangerous because Lillard was averaging like 50. And the Blazers even won game 1, and then they proceeded to get smoked. Really though, if you watched basketball, you would have seen how bad the Blazers defense is and that they had no chance. But of course, narratives, media, they love to overreact. You got the Clippers actually going all the way to the finals, but losing in game 7 to the Bucks. It was Clippers Nuggets in the second round this time, but they didn't blow a 3-1 lead this time. They won it in 7. And then in the East, I just realized Miami completely missed the playoffs. Of course, in real life, they made the finals, but in this, they finished 9th. And so they don't smoke the Bucks. The Bucks win the chip a year early. Nets go out sad. They lose to Boston in 5. They underperformed, I'd say, this season. But yeah, that's how 2020 goes. Oh, one of the comments I remember said that we should look at the transaction report. And so we could see Al Horford was traded for Marc Gasol this season. Didn't work out for either team, and that was it. Now we got free agency. AD's a free agent, but he'll probably re-sign with the Lakers just like in real life. DeRozan also a free agent. Did he go to the Bulls in 2021? No, I think he re-signed when he went to the Bulls a few years later. I think we also got Drummond here. Van Vliet, who of course re-signed with the Raptors. Dwight Howard is still in the 82. He played for who this season? Oh yeah, Lakers. Yeah, that's his championship season. Then we got Cousins here. He went from like a 92 to an 82 in one 2K game thanks to injuries. AD went back to the Lakers, DeRozan to the Spurs, Van Vliet to the Heat. Drummond went to the Cavs, so just like real life, he ends up on the Cavs. I don't think it was a free agent contract though. I think he was traded. Oh yeah, just a reminder, all the rookies are auto-generated because you can't add draft classes in this game anymore. But yeah, 2020 season now, or 21 season. Not many big changes happened in the offseason, so let's see if the Bucks can go back-to-back. Trade deadline, let's look at the transaction report. Draymond Green traded to the Pelicans for JJ Redick and Darius Miller. I think that's a created player. That's crazy. 2021 and Draymond is gone. Anybody else? Robert Covington to the Mavericks. Aaron Baines, I remember when he was on the Raptors. Looks like that's it for big trades. Just Draymond to the Pelicans. Giannis is back-to-back MVP. 33 and 15. Those are ridiculous numbers. Bryce Fletcher on the Hornets, so we'll say he's LaMelo. Is he a guard? Yep, so we'll say he's LaMelo. Dennis Schroeder, I think he won it this year too, or maybe the year before. Kawhi would win DPOY like every year if he actually played enough games every year. This is first team. This is second team with Ben Simmons on it. 2021. This is it for Ben Simmons. After this playoffs, things go downhill real quickly. And this is third team. The Bucks winning the East this time, 63 wins. The Sixers had the best record in real life, but they're down here at 4. And then this is how the bottom of the East looks. Miami with Jimmy and Fred VanVleet now. Miami not doing well. like they did in real life. And in the West, Dallas had the best record in the West, and Lakers, T-Wolves, Suns, the Clippers, defending champs finishing as the 6th seed, Pelicans, Blazers, Warriors, trash. Oh, who's on the Suns in this? Because Chris Paul isn't. It's Devin Booker and Ricky Rubio with Kelly Oubre, DeAndre Ayton, and a 91. All right. The Nets sweeping the Sixers. It's pretty realistic, I'd say, if they were to have faced each other. Now it's, oh, Nets Bucks, just like in real life. That was a fantastic series. But the Bucks are going to smoke the Nets here in 2021. Does not go 7 like it did in real life. Bucks Celtics conference final now instead of Bucks Hawks. Meanwhile in the West it was Mavericks Lakers. Now Bucks Mavericks in the NBA Finals. Mavericks up 3-2, 3-3, and the Bucks will go back to back, winning the 2021 NBA championship just like in real life, except instead of 1 chip now it's 2. The Mavericks made the finals 3 years early. Meanwhile the defending champion Clippers, crazy to say, they lose in the first round to Minnesota, who has Towns and Russell instead of Edwards, of course, who does not exist in this universe. Memphis smokes Phoenix. Meanwhile in the East, the Knicks, they get smoked by the Celtics instead of the Hawks this time in the first round. And yeah, that's how the playoffs go. The Bucks champions again. The Mavericks though making the finals. Who's on the Mavericks? Oh yeah, Porzingis is still here. Kristaps Porzingis, 27 points. Absolutely not. I don't think he got close to that on the Mavericks. This 2021 playoff specifically, I remember it was quite a rough watching Porzingis play. 2021 free agency has Kawhi and Paul George in it. Of course, in real life, they both re-signed. Will that happen here? Rudy Gobert is also an unrestricted free agent. And then we have Steven Adams, who's up to an 87. I don't think he's that high in 2K, even though Steven Adams has always been a solid player. D Rose still in the 86. He's a free agent. What are his stats looking like in 2K? 18.5 points per game on Detroit. I think that's realistic. If I remember, D Rose on Detroit was solid. Oladipo doesn't get injured. He's an 85. Crazy. Paul George leaves the Clippers for the Hornets. I mean, he has a championship in this universe, so him and Kawhi did what they needed to do together. They assembled to win, they won, and so now Paul George says, I'm going to the Hornets. Steven Adams goes to the Lakers, D Rose goes to the Spurs, and Oladipo goes to the Knicks. Very different NBA we have here. 21-22 season, the defending champions are, the Bucks again, yeah, just remembered. Defending Western champions are Dallas. Let's see the outcome of this season. Trade deadline, anybody important traded? Kevin Love for Blake Griffin. And is that it for this season? Oh, Van Vliet was traded from the Heat for Paul Millsap, and a point guard Josh Gray might be a created player. So Van Vliet with the Heat did not go as planned. Rudy Gobert and Bryn Forbes for Derrick Rose and Taurean Prince. So the Spurs with Rudy Gobert on defense now. And Brook Lopez, who was on the Raptors, is now traded to the Grizzlies, okay, and Vucevic for Whiteside. 2022 MVP is Luka Doncic for the first time in his career. 31, 10, and 11. Horace Green, a center for the Kings. No idea who this could be, unless we're really gonna say Sabonis, but he's Rookie of the Year. DeMarcus Cousins, 6th Man of the Year on the Mavs. That's hilarious. Giannis with the Defensive Player of the Year this time. This is first team. This is second team. Ben Simmons still here. No playoff meltdown this time, or even if there was, he's still here. And third team, Spencer Dinwiddie on the Orlando Magic, averaging 24 and almost 9 assists, makes third team All-NBA. The Hawks at 60 wins to top the East this time. Who's on the Hawks? Trae Young. John Collins is an 88 working out, so is Capella. And that's probably what they expected in real life after making the conference final the year before, 2022. They had high expectations, obviously did not go at all like this. Boston, who's on Cleveland? Garland, Sexton, KPJ. Oh, Blake Griffin is here. So is Drummond. Heat still suck, and Raptors are doing pretty bad. Well, 2022, no, they made the playoffs in 2022. They missed it in 21 because they spent it in Tampa. But in 2022, the Raptors were absolutely not the worst team in the East. And the Dallas Mavericks and MVP Luka win 68 games. Brunson's still here, of course. Or no, he was there in 2022. Yeah, he wasn't traded yet. Cousins as the 6th man. That's kind of funny. If, spoiler alert, in case you didn't watch the last video, Luka and Cousins teamed up on the Mavs in the last video, but they did not do anything together. But here in 2K20, they win 68 games. Luka's MVP, Cousins is 6th Man of the Year. And so that's cool. The Kings with 51 wins, a year too early, I think, in terms of them being that good. And Rockets trash, Clippers trash, Warriors trash. And Harden and Westbrook are still together, yeah. Those two together obviously were not the worst team in the conference, and even if they were, they are absolutely breaking things up. Markelle Fultz is here on the Suns. I didn't notice that. So is Jonathan Isaac. I noticed that in the transaction report. All right, 2022 playoffs. Second round, it will be Milwaukee and Boston, just like in real life. And Boston is looking like they're going to win this one unless they blow the 3-1 lead, and they do. That's crazy. They blow the 3-1 lead. Meanwhile, Dallas makes the finals again. Oh, it's a rematch of the year before. Dallas versus Milwaukee, and Milwaukee will three-peat. 36 and almost 18-9. That has to be like the best final stat line ever, especially considering they win. Luka only 13 points in elimination game 5 as the Bucks beat the Mavericks for the second year in a row to win the 3rd straight championship. The Hawks make it back to the conference finals as the 1 seed, but they get smoked. Sixers get smoked by the Hawks, just like they did in real life the year earlier, except of course it was a 7-game series, but still that's when disaster struck and Ben Simmons passed up the dunk. Meanwhile, in the West, the Lakers lose to Dallas in the second round. They beat Memphis though. D'Lo and Minnesota losing to Dallas. The Suns losing. The Spurs, is DeRozan still here? Yep, DeRozan, Kuzma, DeJounte. Oh, and Rudy Gobert is here too. And so the Spurs make the conference finals the 7th seed, but then get swept. Imagine Giannis three-peating, especially like after 2020. Because if you remember, after they lost in the bubble, Giannis was under so much scrutiny. And so imagine instead of going out in the bubble, the Bucks win 2020, 2021, and 2022. Giannis is on his way to being the GOAT, honestly. 2022 free agency class, Kevin Durant is a free agent, and so is Curry, so is Kyrie, so is Bradley Beal, Kemba, Mitchell Robinson, who's an 89 overall. You got a loaded free agency class here. Zach LaVine, Lonzo, who, spoiler alert, was an MVP in the last video, JV in the 87, PJ Warren, still staying in bubble form seemingly. Kevin Durant goes home to the Washington Wizards, and Steph Curry signs with the Knicks in 2022 at 34 years old. In real life, of course, he ends the season with a championship. Over here, Warriors are trash. He decides, I'm done. Of course, Draymond is long gone at this point, and so he signs with the Knicks. Kyrie stays with the Nets. Bradley Beal goes to the Bulls. Kemba Walker goes to the Celtics 2 years later than he actually did. Julius Randle and the Utah Jazz. Of course, he's not an all-star in this universe. Zach LaVine ends up going to the Grizzlies, and Lonzo ends up going to the Cavaliers. And so Zach LaVine teaming up with Ja, Garland, and Sexton there. So I wonder how that's going to work, because those are 2 guards that Lonzo is joining. 22-23 season. The Bucks are 3-time defending champions. Will they make it 4? All right, this year's trade deadline does not look like it was too busy. 2023 MVP is Giannis. Impeccable legacy he's building here. Lambros something Greek, who was drafted by OKC and who was the 4th overall pick in 2021. I'm pretty sure that's where Scotty went. And so Greek Scotty Barnes on the Thunder is Rookie of the Year. And this another DPOY. This is 1st team. Curry there on the Knicks. This is 2nd team. This is 3rd team. Spencer Dinwiddie is back on 3rd team. This season he averaged 22-9, 46, 38, 83 shooting splits. The Bucks 65 wins this time. Hawks are 2 in the East. Steph Curry and the Knicks are 4. And the Heat miss again. The Nets miss again. Oh yeah, because KD is on the Wizards now. Kyrie is still here, but KD is gone. Jared Allen's still here though, 87. And oh man, KD and the Wizards did even worse. 33-49. KD, John Wall, Rui, JV, Bobby Portis, Hollis Jefferson, and Everett May, the 13th overall pick in 2020, who's an 81 overall shooting guard. Despite all this talent seemingly, the Washington Wizards finished 33-49. It's the Raptors and Bulls again with the worst records. Bradley Beal signs with the Bulls, leaves one trash team for another trash team. Can't get out of the basement of the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, in the West, the Nuggets win the West just like in real life, 2023? I think so. Lakers 2nd instead of 7th or 8th. Dallas, they've made 2 finals, lost them both though. Ja and Zach LaVine just finishing 2 games over 500. Come on, guys. You got Dennis Schroeder too, who's 1-6 man. Dylan Brooks is still here though, that might be the problem. And these are the worst teams in the West. Can the Bucks make it 4 in a row? The Spurs upset the Suns again, I'm pretty sure. That might be the same matchup from the year before. Bucks back in the conference final. Will it be Dallas again or San Antonio? That was the same conference final last year as well. The Bucks have made a final for the 4th straight year. It'll be Dallas again, and the Bucks will win again. A 4th straight title, 45, 10, and 6. Giannis just is toying with these guys at this point. My goodness. 39, 10, and 3 in the closeout game, and his averages went down. That is crazy. The Bucks a 4th straight title. Spurs made the conference finals again, beating the number 1 seed Denver in the 2nd round. Dallas beating the Lakers, who swept Memphis. 7th seed Detroit beating Atlanta. That's tough. 6th seed Cavs beating beating the Celtics in 7. The Celtics, they still got Tatum, who is 93 overall. They still got Brown, who is 90. And they also got Kemba, who's still here to 89, but not winning titles. I mean, still though, in real life to this point, they didn't have a title. 2023 free agency. Harden is a free agent because he's been rotting in Houston this whole time, and so he'll finally have a chance to go somewhere else. Jokic is a free agent. So is LeBron, who's just been on the Lakers this time. Him and AD not seeing the success they saw in real life. Zach LaVine, didn't he just sign last year? He signed a 1-year deal with Memphis, I guess, because he's back in free agency. So is Clint Capella. D'Lo, who's up to a 90. He's been All-NBA, I think. Yeah, he's been All-NBA in this universe. 3rd team, but then Dinwiddie started taking his spot. Jimmy Butler, who really had an awful time on the Heat. Did not see any success, really. He's back in free agency. Nurkic at an 89 in free agency. So LeBron stays with the Lakers, but LaVine goes to Sacramento now. Capella to the Pacers. Russell to the Pistons. Jimmy Butler will stay and lose with the Heat. Pat Riley would not have that. Come on now. DeAndre Jordan wants a ring because he doesn't have one in this universe, so he's going to Milwaukee. And James Harden will stay and rot with the Rockets. Hey, that money, because I remember in real life, like if he wanted to re-sign with the Rockets at one point, he could have gotten an outrageous amount of money. But that same season, like he ended up like requesting a trade to the Nets. And so in this universe, Harden will take the money. He don't care about losing. He's chilling in Houston. Going into the 23-24 season, the last season of the simulation, can somebody other than the Bucks win the championship? Trade deadline, Richaun Holmes is traded to the Pelicans. No more big trades happening except Draymond Green. He was like the biggest trade from the trade deadline a few years ago. Draymond Green is now traded from the Pelicans to the Nets for Karis LeVert and Norman Powell. Yeah, no crazy trades though. Paul Millsap traded again. Oh, this one is solid. Jonathan Isaac and Chris Dunn traded for Markelle Fultz, and Julius Randle in a 1st-round pick traded to the Thunder for Chris Paul and a 1st-round pick. And so Chris Paul has been on the Thunder this whole time, and they have not done much. Giannis is the MVP yet again. Andor Gare, 7th overall pick 2022. Don't remember who that is, but he's on the Pacers. Giannis is also DPOY again. Cam Reddish reaching his potential with the Lakers. Would you look at that? This is 1st team. This is 2nd team. Ben Simmons still there. It's crazy to see. This is 3rd team. D'Angelo Russell is back, and Dinwiddie is still there too. So I can't remember who were the 3rd team guards from last year, but D'Lo is back on the Pistons. Now for the final playoff run of this video. Can the Bucks make it 5? Oh wait, crap, I forgot to look at the standing. Bucks finished 2nd this time. Steph Curry and the Knicks with 56 wins to top the conference. Oladipo's here as well as Bol. Mitchell Robinson at a 91. William Floyd at an 83. Undrafted from Georgia Tech. He's created, but he's good. Sixers, this might be their highest finish. 51 wins despite 96 Simmons, 94 Embiid, 89 Tobias Harris. Sixers can't do anything. Meanwhile, the Celtics, they got 90 Brown, 94 Tatum, 89 Kemba. They have not been doing what they needed to do. And of course, this is their championship year now. D'Lo and the Pistons, as well as RJ Barrett, that's cool, and Frédéric Dupin from France, 5th overall 2021. We'll just call him Risa for the sake of things. LaMelo, Tybal, Jordan Bell, Isaac 90, PG here at an 88. They're on the Hornets and they're the 7th seed. Haiti and the Wizards still awful. In the West, Sacramento the top seed. Fox Hield, this is Zion, but in Sacramento. Horace Green, 1st overall 2021. Oh yeah, this is that good center that won Rookie of the Year. 2021 1st overall was Cade, I think, and so this is Cade Cunningham, but a great center on Sacramento. Zach LaVine also here. He joined as a free agent. And this is the rest of the conference. Russ and Harden are still together losing on the Rockets. They're one season together. I think they were 4th or 5th seed. They were not this bad. And the Clippers, Kawhi still here on the Clippers. Now for the rest of the playoffs. Can the Bucks make it 5 in a row, or can someone take them down? In the Western Conference, can someone take down the Mavericks? Because I think they've made the finals like every year. And the Grizzlies will do so. The Grizzlies, Ja and somebody else who I can't remember, defeat the Dallas Mavericks. And are the Grizzlies heading to the conference final? No, they lose. Oh my goodness, the Bucks lost in the 2nd round to the Sixers. That's crazy. And Sacramento beats Memphis. And no, Philadelphia, Indiana, Sacramento, Phoenix both go to game 7. It's Sacramento against Philadelphia. Will Philadelphia get the job done? Yes, they do. Ben Simmons Finals MVP. Absurd. I just talked about how they didn't do anything this whole sim, and they take down the 4-time defending champions, then beat the Pacers in 7, and then win the championship. Embiid, Simmons, Harris playing up to potential. They get the job done and win the 2024 NBA championship. And so let's take a look at league history. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a 5-time MVP in this universe. He wins 4 in this sim. Luka winning 1 in 2022. Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis wins 3 in this simulation. Kawhi wins the other 2. The NBA champions, 4 straight titles for the Milwaukee Bucks. And why did I say the Clippers lost in the finals? I was talking like the Clippers won a championship. They didn't. The Clippers still failed, just like they did in real life. And Paul George left ringless, and Paul George still to this point is ringless, and Kawhi only has 2 rings. I don't know why I was talking like the Clippers won a championship when they didn't, because the Bucks won every year. They beat the Clippers in the first time, then beat the Mavericks 3 straight times, but then Philadelphia takes down the Bucks in the second round on their path to their first championship in forever, beating the Sacramento Kings. League leaders: Trae Young, Giannis, Kyrie, Luka, and then Giannis again. Giannis averaged like 45 in one of the finals. He is ridiculous. Rebounds: Giannis getting all the rebounds too. Andre Drummond there once, and then Rudy once. Assists: Lonzo, then Luka, then Lonzo again on the Cavs, and Malcolm Brogdon. That's how this simulation goes. And so Giannis is the GOAT, honestly. 5 MVPs, 4 championships, 3 DPOYs. He's the GOAT as far as I'm concerned. Shout out Ben Simmons though. He doesn't, just disappear from the league. His back start not functioning. Now he stays with the Sixers. Things go well, and he eventually wins a championship and Finals MVP. And then Luka, of course, also an MVP and 3 Finals appearances, but he lost every single one. And then PG and Kawhi made the Finals once, but then that was it. PG leaves 2 years later. Clippers are a failure, just as they are in real life. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment for more cool videos like this, because there will be more cool videos like this. That is how 2K has 2024 looking in 2K20. I'll see y'all later.